What are lobbying limits for 501c? 3. Nonprofits. Imagine you want to influence laws that affect your community, but you also want to keep your nonprofit's tax-exempt status safe. How much can you really push for change without crossing the line? That's what we're here to find out. 501c. 3. Nonprofits are allowed to engage in lobbying activities, which means trying to influence legislation or urging the public to do so. But there are strict rules to follow so they don't lose their tax-exempt status. Lobbying includes activities like contacting lawmakers or encouraging people to contact their representatives about specific issues. However, these organizations cannot participate in political campaigns or endorse candidates for office. To stay compliant, nonprofits usually choose between two ways to measure their lobbying activities. The first is called the substantial part test. This is the default method. It says that lobbying should not be a significant part of the organization's overall activities. But the problem is, the IRS has not set a clear percentage or time limit for what counts as substantial. It looks at both how much time and money are spent on lobbying, including efforts by staff and volunteers. The second option is the 501h expenditure test. This is a formal election that nonprofits can make under Section 501 of the Internal Revenue Code. It gives clear dollar limits on how much money can be spent on lobbying, based on the organization's overall budget. This method is often preferred because it provides specific spending caps, making it easier to plan and stay within legal limits. Under the 501h test, the amount of money you can spend on lobbying depends on your exempt purpose expenditures, which is basically your total budget for charitable work. The limits are tiered, meaning larger organizations can spend more on lobbying. If you go over these limits, your nonprofit risks losing its tax-exempt status, so keeping track is essential. It's important to remember that lobbying doesn't include activities like educating the public, conducting research, or providing nonpartisan analysis, even if these relate to public policy. Also, nonprofits must avoid all political campaign activities, such as endorsing candidates or making campaign contributions. Lobbying must be done with private funds, not federal grants or funds. You can still meet with lawmakers, testify at hearings, write letters, or host debates among candidates without endorsing anyone. These activities are allowed as long as they don't cross the lobbying limits or involve partisan politics. Many nonprofits choose the 501h expenditure test because it offers clear rules and helps them plan their advocacy efforts confidently. Keeping detailed records of lobbying activities and expenditures is key to staying compliant and protecting your tax-exempt status. So, understanding these limits helps your organization advocate effectively while following IRS rules.